Right now, most of us use AI for immediate short-burst exchanges. You type a prompt, the model fires back, a quick response, and the transaction is over. But if you ask these models to manage a complex, multi-day project, they hit a wall. As the time horizon expands and the task gets harder, their memory fragments, they lose focus, and the outputs degrade. Anthropic actually solved this by creating a tier of intelligence called the Mythos class, engineered specifically for continuous, autonomous work. Until recently, they restricted this tier entirely to government and cybersecurity defenders. We have had the raw computing power for years. The missing piece has been public access to models capable of this kind of sustained focus. On June 9th, Anthropic removed that barrier with the public launch of Claude Fable 5. Looking at this diagram of Anthropic's models, you see Haiku, Sonnet, and Opus making up the familiar base. Fable 5 slides right into the top, perfectly aligned with the elite Mythos class. It utilizes the exact same underlying intelligence, but Anthropic has wrapped it in safeguards designed for general use. This release gives the general public a model that operates like a persistent digital worker, capable of managing extensive assignments without needing constant supervision. You can see Fable 5's defining technical advantage in this performance chart. Standard models plateau early as task complexity and time increase. Fable 5's performance line aggressively accelerates upward the longer and harder the task becomes. We see this scaling power clearly in pure vision. Fable 5 sets a new state-of-the-art standard for visual understanding, extracting precise data from dense scientific charts and rebuilding software from visual inputs alone, without needing access to underlying code. During testing, researchers asked it to play the game Pokémon FireRed. Older models required elaborate digital harnesses and maps to navigate the environment. Fable 5 beat the entire game using nothing but raw screenshots. By parsing visual environments natively, the model can navigate and control software interfaces directly, bypassing the need for specialized back-end integrations. Taking that autonomy from a game to an enterprise software environment requires extreme endurance. In early evaluations, the financial infrastructure company Stripe pointed Fable 5 at a massive 50 million-line Ruby codebase and assigned it a codebase-wide migration. As this calendar illustrates, a project of this scale requires a team of human engineers more than 2 months to complete. Fable 5 finished the entire migration in a single day. It sustains this workload through exceptional token efficiency, meaning it executes complex logic while utilizing significantly less computing power than its predecessors. For developers, AI has moved past basic autocomplete. You now have an autonomous engineering team capable of executing multi-month code sprints in 24 hours. To maintain tight focus over millions of tokens, Fable 5 takes and reads its own notes, reflecting and correcting its own outputs mid-task. When given persistent file-based memory in the highly strategic deck-building game Slay the Spire, Fable 5 reached the final act 3 times more often than Anthropic's highly capable Opus 4.8. It applies this sustained reasoning to physical sciences as well. It derived the laws of planetary motion from first principles and coded a simulation accurate enough to predict solar eclipses. It autonomously planned and ran an automated factory in the game Factorio. It even designed a complete 3D printable object using a browser-based CAD editor that it had coded itself, complete with a built-in AI copilot. Fable 5 is highly effective because it doesn't wait for humans to provide the correct framework. It invents the tools and digital environments it needs to reach the end goal. Releasing an intelligence capable of autonomous code execution and complex biology research to the public presents an obvious engineering paradox regarding safety. This flowchart shows the solution. If a user prompts a sensitive cybersecurity or chemical biology topic, classifiers route it to Claude Opus 4.8. This safety fallback triggers in under 5% of sessions. The other 95% flow directly through the raw Mythos tier pipeline. By using a capable fallback model instead of a blunt refusal, Anthropic preserved a high-quality experience while maintaining strict control over sensitive scientific and security outputs. Reaching this tier of intelligence normally involves severe deployment friction. You have to navigate restrictive enterprise contracts, waitlists, or staged rollouts. Comox AI has completely bypassed that friction. Claude Fable 5, Anthropic's most powerful public model, is live and available to every Comox AI user today. The intelligence that compressed Stripe's engineering schedule into a single day beats complex games by sight, codes its own environments, is in your account right now. Don't treat this like another chat box. Open Comox AI, select Claude Fable 5, and assign it your longest, hardest task.